Southern funerals are to die for. They have a way of softening the loss with all that hanging out with friends and family back at the house and all that great comfort food. If you want some fine Southern funeral recipes, get a book called Being Dead is No Excuse. The guide to hosting the perfect Southern funeral. Good soulful food, good soulful stories. I think that's what heals grief. But I have to tell you, my mother's funeral was really hard. In just 1 year, Mama and all her siblings died. First Mama died, and then Uncle Sonny, and then Aunt Libba, Aunt Franny. In 14 months, that whole generation was gone. I was shell-shocked. My grief about my mother's death was complicated because my relationship with her was complicated. Now, we'd been really close till I was 30. See, I was her midlife baby, the youngest of 4. We traveled together. She even went with me to my therapist several times, work on some minor issues. We're really close. And I thought she loved me unconditionally until I told her I was in love with a woman and that I was a lesbian. Even though this was about 20 years ago, it still stings to remember her response. No, this can't be. This is not who you are. This is immoral. This is terrible. And you disgust me. And she hung up. She wouldn't see me for a year and a half. She used to visit me in D.C. 3 or 4 times a year, but after I came out to her, she never came to visit me again. And I never went home to visit until my parents' funerals. It was really hard. At Mama's funeral, I run into her sorority sister and friend from Ole Miss, Charlotte, class of 46. They were tri-delts. That's Delta, Delta, Delta. Can I help you, help you, help you? And I loved Charlotte because she was the opposite of Mama. Charlotte was extroverted, flamboyant, and curious, bordering on nosy. She got away with it, whereas Mama was introverted, quiet, and very private. I was thrilled to see Charlotte. Oh, Lisbeth, Cooper's baby girl. Oh, don't we miss her? Your mama was my best friend. We were born on the same day, April 16th, 1925. Oh, darling, it takes a long time. Well, you never get over losing your mother. I introduced her to my partner, Marie. Oh, hey, darling, Marie. Nice to meet you. Lisbeth, I don't guess she's your business partner, is she? No, she's my life partner. Oh, well, that's interesting. Listen, I want y'all to come visit me down in the Mississippi Delta. And you know what we did? A few months later, we went to her lovely colonial home in Indianola, Mississippi. She welcomes us in and takes us up to the guest room upstairs. She opens the closet door. Y'all, these are my collection of evening gowns. After my husband, Jerry, dropped dead in the backyard, I decided it was time to really live and date around. See that turquoise evening gown? I want to be buried in that one because it props my bosoms up. Makes me look sexy. And I want to be sexy even when I'm dead. We stay up late into the night talking. Marie's gone to bed early. I know some questions are coming. Darling, I want to tell you now, your mother, she quit talking about you about 8 years ago, and I thought you had cancer or something. I just didn't know, but our friend Liz is the gossip detective, and she found out that you're a lesbian, Charlotte. Yeah, and, well, what'd you think? Well, darling, I admit I was a little shocked because you were always such a pretty girl, and, well, you're still a pretty girl, but, you know, you always had those boyfriends and everything, but, listen, darling, secretly, I was thrilled because I've never known any real live lesbians. But, listen, darling, did your mama know? And if she did, what'd she think? Yeah, I told her. Unfortunately, she never could accept it, and she refused to meet Marie. It was really hard. Well, I'm so sorry, honey. But you know, your mama, she was always real religious. You know, some of us girls from Ole Miss, we traveled together, and I call those our B&B days. Your mama would bring a Bible, and our friend Annelle would bring the bourbon. And those were our B&B days, but yeah. Well, I'm so sorry she wouldn't meet Marie. I just love her. She's darling, and I love that she's Southern, and y'all are welcome here anytime. But listen, darling, I got to ask you a question. You are more feminine than Marie. So, does that mean, is Marie the man? How does it work? I'm tickled and horrified all at once. Well, Charlotte, you know, Southern ladies don't talk about things that go on behind closed doors, and you just have to use your imagination. Ooh, I sure will. As I'm lying in bed tonight, I'm going to be thinking about what lesbians do in the bed. Well, gotta love her. Over the last 10 years, Marie and I visited Charlotte many, many times, and she always loved and accepted us. And she healed that mother load of rejection I've been carrying around with her curious, bordering on nosy questions. Sadly, last April, she died, and I was heartbroken. I still miss her so much. She inspired me to finish writing a one-woman show, which I did last summer. I'm going to do it again this summer, and it was great. And I thought Charlotte would be with me there in spirit on stage. I'm into that kind of stuff, you know. And well, there was a psychic in the audience, and I didn't know him, but he came up to me afterwards. He was a gay Southern psychic from Alabama, and gotta love those. And he came up, and here's what he said. Miss Elizabeth, it was such a fabulous show. Spirit has guided me to tell you that there were 3 lady spirits with you on stage. Your mama, your grandmama, and another older lady who loved you like a daughter, and they're all so proud of you. Wow, I had chills. I was surprised to hear that my mother and my grandmother were there, but I knew that Charlotte would find a way to be there. And I still miss her so much, but she lives on in my heart and in my stories. And who knows, maybe she's here tonight. Thank you.